Rich and famous, I'm living the life. Uh-oh, pull up in that new thing. When I'm swerving and hogging up both lanes. You know I'm in the mood.
Welcome back, everybody, to M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. It's the Ravens with the football as we resume play in the second quarter. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They start near mid. The interception as they begin 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Beckham. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Edwards now on 1st and 10. He was brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you've got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
A 54-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. It's Goff. His throw incomplete.
I would say it would probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go ahead and snap it. Goff working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Khalif Raymond, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just 1 score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. you've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jackson's throw is on target to Likely. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
On 1st down, it's gone. Big strides, look at him go. And down to the 27-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. That is caught by Laporta. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Florida, 27 yards. And the Lions are back within a score.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Patterson now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. On target to his man, Likely. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Jackson throwing once more. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw is Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he gets it down to the 32. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got it.
Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. The frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Gone. And this is going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
To throw on second down is gone.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yet again, Goff is intercepted.
Picked off by Rocky Sin. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Isaiah Likely
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. And they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now it's gone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson.
Crossing route, he finds Likely.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Jackson now. He finds his target, Beckham. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the Lions 14-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
Complete to Likely.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
They're going for it with Dobbins.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Lions will take over. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
And he is caught. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Again, Goff. And his throw here is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will back now in Baltimore. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, Goff.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he
first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth.
And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point try now for Patterson.
And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Now Jackson.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They'll try to draw here with Dobbins.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now it's Jackson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's taken to the 26. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
The throw over the middle taken in.
Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
72 yards.
And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the tuck and run. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
At their 48-yard line.
Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
We get a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Throwing is Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And he gets it down to the 32. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Here's 2nd down.
Hey, middle. Report. 13.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Tucker's kick is good.
But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't cover law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
So here's Goff and the Lions.
Down 34-31. 54 seconds to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Goff.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Ron Darby. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it. And
so the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while...